Hi, I'm Erin. Welcome to my studio. And in this video, I am going to tell you a little bit about me as a stylist, as a person, and what you should expect when you make an appointment and come to visit me at a Zara salon. I just wanted to take this time to give you guys a little bit of background info, let you guys know who I am and kind of what I do. I am from the Pacific Northwest, mainly or specifically Spanaway, Tacoma. I went to Clover Park for all of my training. I'm also an esthetician. I work downtown Tacoma on the UWT campus. And this lovely lady is RMA. She owns a Zara salon. That's where I work. We also retail wine, which during your appointment, as long as you're over 21, you can have a 2-ounce sample of whatever we have on the bar or in the fridge. We have 3 wine tastings a year and they're free to attend. They're really, really fun. Our salon is also dog friendly, so you can feel free to bring your pup and also just enjoy the pups that are walking around. It's good to know before you get here in case you're afraid of dogs. I'm also, like I said, an educator. I teach curly hair as well as specialize in it. These are the mannequins that I use. I do a lot of different things with them. I teach people how to tie scarves, so on and so forth. I got my curl certification from Diva Curl. I went down to Culver City in 2016 and I got certified with Diva Curl. It was a really interesting experience. Unfortunately, that particular salon and educational facility isn't there anymore, but it was really fun. This is my model that I did, and I made a lot of new friends. And then when I came back, I was able to do transformations like this. And it was just really fun to see people's reactions to their hair. They had never seen their hair so defined. And honestly, I didn't realize this was such like even a need like out there in the industry. So I specialize in curly hair, but I also specialize in color. And I specialized in color before I specialized in curly hair. And I have my own reasons for doing that, mainly because I saw that there was an opportunity to, do something and be something different. And so by marrying curly hair and hair color together, I've been able to do a lot of really fun things and, change people's mind about hair color and what's possible and everything else. Hair color is so fun, and I feel like it's really, really, really misunderstood just because, especially from like the Black community, it's not something that we really grew up doing. I feel like because most Black women, as young girls, teenage girls, we didn't experiment a lot with color because relaxers were the dominant thing, and you just don't color and relax and blah blah blah. And so there's the stigma that goes along hand in hand with hair color, but hair color really doesn't deserve that stigma. And there's been a lot of hair damage that has been blamed on hair color that isn't actually hair color, and we can talk about that later. I'll talk about that later in the hair color video. So I really like breaking the stigma and the idea that hair color isn't for Black people. I love seeing myself with hair color. I love working in a salon where everybody does hair color, and I can get the support that I need. I never feel like I'm in a place that I shouldn't, or I'm doing something that I shouldn't. I love changing people's minds about hair color and getting people comfortable enough to play with it. Once people get comfortable with me cutting their hair and they feel confident that I'm, delivering on that, then they're like, well, I have always kind of wanted to try. And that's, then it's go time. And the hair color is just so much fun. And there's so many different things that you can do with it, and different ways you can express yourself, and different places you can find inspiration. And sometimes you land on a color you didn't expect, and that's just where you're at. And it feels really good to be able to provide that outlet for people who want it. It's not a need. It's definitely not a need, but people who want to try it but haven't because of social stigma and what other people might say and the possibility of things going wrong, especially when it comes to bleach and what it's going to do to the curls and blah, blah, blah. There's just a lot of stigma surrounding all of the things that could go wrong, and I love dispelling those myths. I also do facials. I'm an esthetician as well. I do maintenance facials mostly and some superficial chemical peels, but mostly just like maintenance and working on pigment. I have a few different styling options. I do love doing roller sets. I think they're beautiful and they last super long, and nothing does better in a roller set than curly hair. I can cut shortcuts. I can do a wash and go. I can do a twist set so that you can take it out and wear your twist out later. My goal is to keep it as simple as possible for my clients. And I do sell retail products. I'll talk about those in a minute, but I really want all of my clients to have a few go-to styles that they feel safe and comfortable like trying to recreate at home. I understand there's a lot of different tools out there, but I really believe that all you need is your two hands to create a beautiful wash and go or twist set. The key really is giving your hair the time it needs to do what it is that you would like it to do. I have an online store where when you order from me, I'll ship directly to you. These are some of the products that I carry. I use Loma, which is local, Olaplex, and AG. I like all of these lines. They're fairly small lines. Loma is actually manufactured up in Monroe, Washington. I'm a planner girl, so I rarely ever go anywhere without my planner, and if it's not written down in the planner, it doesn't exist. This speaks to my scheduling system. Everything is done online, and then when I see your appointment come through, I will usually just write it down in my book, depending on where it is with things. Using a planner is something I really got into in 2020, and it helped to kind of regulate not just my finances, but my life, washing my hair on a regular schedule, and just helping me to accomplish some of the things that I really wanted to accomplish. When you put things down on paper, it makes it happen. This is a book that I read, let's see, maybe 2022, 2023. It's a step-by-step publication on how to implement positive habits into your life so that you can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And this includes learning how to style your hair and achieve your desired end result at home in the bathroom by yourself. Making time by writing it down on a calendar or whatever and dedicating that time to, okay, I'm going to do my hair, I'm going to try this style, I'm going to see how it comes out, and making doing your hair a habit and holding yourself accountable is something that you have to be purposeful about. Let's see, what else? I teach the nails and skin portion of the cosmetology program at Clover Park. And so that's really fun. I teach usually fall, winter, and spring, and then I'm off in the summer. It just depends on how many students sign up. Teaching cosmetology is really cool because I get to work with students who are coming into the industry. I have them at the very tail end of their education. It's sixth quarter for us. And so I really get to help them see like, okay, this is what's really happening, because when I leave here, I'm going to the salon and this is what that actually looks like. And I feel like they really need that just because there's so much on the internet that is telling them what is and isn't happening. And in real life, your customers aren't like these super extra. Most of them are going to be a 6-in retouch. And so they need to get that and understand that life is much simpler than the internet makes it seem. And on that note, my hair regime is incredibly simple. I don't use a bunch of products. I'm not always trying something. I'm not, and I don't encourage other people to. And that's not to say that you shouldn't try something new, but try something new once you've got something nailed down. You see what I'm saying? Like, Once you've got a couple of go-to styles, then try something new. But don't just be out here randomly trying a bunch of stuff because you feel like you have to, or all this other stuff. Next thing, I don't actually see children, but this is my coworker and she is more than happy to see your children. This is my child and her hair is loading, still loading. There's more, still more. There it is. That's her hair and it's beautiful. And I am thankful that she has this hair, but it's a lot. And she is at this particular age where we're going through things like this as well. Like, I love this mom-daughter. They were awesome. This energy right here in this picture, I can totally handle that. You know what I mean? You're at your wit's end. Bring them to me. And I promise we'll get it together. I am mentally equipped to deal with that look right there. Bring them. I don't want to do the littles. I don't want to do the littles because the littles this is not their priority. Middle school is when children begin to care about how the world perceives them, and they want to begin to be an active participant in telling people this is who I am. And that can be really stressful for parents. And because I've been doing this work for so long now, it's easier with my daughter. She gets to see other young people with their mothers, so on and so forth. And, you know, she gets it. But little kids have their own agenda, and that agenda is snacks and recess. And they don't care that you have a wedding or anything. They don't care about that stuff. And so bring your kids to me when they are looking for outside approval, but you need someplace safe where you know that you're going to be supported as a parent and heard as a parent, and your children are not just going to run off the deep end and start doing a bunch of crazy stuff. You know, there's certain things that I think are age appropriate hair wise and things that I think aren't. And, you know, me and my daughter, we go through those things too. Yes, we can do this, but we won't do that quite yet. Different kids are going to be ready for different things at different times. Like my daughter here is just now getting into doing her own hair, and she's 13, but that's because of the amount of hair that she has and how tight that curl is, and managing that is just a lot. She hasn't like developed the muscles in her hands to be able to catch it all in one and everything else. So it can just be a really tough time for parents and kids alike. And you know, those discussions can be hard to have at home. So again, I like to be that kind of community auntie that comes in and then it's like, yeah, well, you know, but you're wrong and your mom is right. You know, not all the time is mom right. A lot of times mom is wrong too, but you know what I mean? And there has to be some give and take. But I think middle school is just the first time, especially for moms with their first kid, it's the first time that you're really having to relinquish control. And that can be hard. And you also don't want your child to like hate you. You lightweight want to be your kid's friend and you want them to think you're cool, but you're also trying to be like a good parent and all this other stuff. So I enjoy that middle school age, working with young people who are trying to express themselves creatively through their look, and parents who are just trying to be good parents. I really like working in that relationship dynamic with families. Okay, so that's it for the video. I hope it was informative and helped you feel like, okay, I know who this person is. I know who I'm making an appointment with. Hopefully you are inclined to navigate my website and check out like how things work, blah, blah, blah. There's been a lot of nonsense on the internet about stylists, both licensed stylists, non-licensed stylists, which I don't know how you call them a stylist if they don't have a license. And I also don't understand why people are making appointments with unlicensed professionals and expecting professional behavior, but that's for a different video. Yeah. Hopefully you have a better understanding of what you're getting into when you come here for an appointment, and that we can have a good working relationship together. So if you have any questions, ms.ehrin@icloud.com. You can send me an email. Otherwise, I will see you in the future.